guys, this is Frenchy. Patat, what are you doing?
Hello, boys.
And I just came back from holidays. You don't have to ask me how it was, really. You don't have to ask me. Okay, I'm going to tell you how it was.
Bonjour.
So as you could see in the montage, I was at NAB, but also I traveled a bit in the US because I wanted to make my trip worth. So it was really holidays for me. I've met a bunch of friends there, and you know, my experience in the US was really surreal. But before I dive into this video, I wanted really to say thank you, because if I had this idea of going to NAB, it was primarily thanks to you guys, because I wanted to meet some of you at NAB and it was great. And I realized how lucky I was to have such a great community and such great people that were following me and that were actually watching my videos. It still blows my mind. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how was NAB, but also how was my trip in the US, because there are some crispy stuff actually that happened, and I really wanted to share with you guys because you are part of my journey also, and I love to just chit chat with you. So, you know, part of why I went to the US was really to boost up my career, to chase opportunities, to create network, and also to have new horizon for my business. Was I credible? So because the US were such a land of opportunities, I'm going to show you what I brought back. We have the classic Pop-Tarts that I really wanted to try. Apparently it's very sweet. I haven't opened it yet, but you know, life is an experience. Also, Casey made me actually FOMO because I drank some Swiss Miss at Casey's and that was great. So then I brought back some Swiss Miss. I brought back some beef jerky because what happened is that Mr. Alexei gave me some bacon strips with maple syrup, and that was weirdly addictive, honestly. So then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try to explore new things with some jerky. Thank you for watching this video, and I see you next week, guys. See you. So NAB, so if you don't know NAB, it's one of the biggest convention that is dedicated for new technologies in broadcast. So you're gonna find everything that is for productions and also for post-production. So we talk about camera gear, we talk about editing software, and also there are some companies that are doing cloud computing. And it was pretty funny because you had people that were actually dressing like crew because they were here for the cameras, and next to them you had people in business suits because they were here for the cloud computing. A very funny world. So NAB was actually for me great because I could experience what was happening when a new DaVinci Resolve version was released, and when you see the enthusiasm and the excitement of people on the booth, it feels really like people are coming together for the software, and I love this. I also love my experience there because I could meet so many people. So I met some of you guys there, and I'm so happy actually to have talked with you guys. And also I met some content creators there and that I really admire, and I could hang out with them. It was a bit like a summer camp for adults.
Je suis fatigué.
4 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
4 hours of sleep in a night. I am unhinged. 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 Now look at these guys. You know, going to their last day together, bonding.
Hey.
Where's Mr. Darren Mostin? Oh, here.
Speaking yourself. Speaking yourself.
Just whatever music goes.
And I really made some core memories there. So I'm really grateful. And also being around them and being with other content creators made me feel way more motivated to create some videos on YouTube and maybe explore new things on YouTube. So it's gonna be great. I think this year is gonna be amazing. I'm so motivated actually to propose you new things. Also, I wanted to show you Blackmagic gave me a cap. You can see here. So it feels like I like the cap, but it really feels like I'm a F1 racer for Blackmagic, you know, like it feels like this. I'm just gonna take the pose and put the title. So let's go to what happened before and after NAB. Casey Faris couldn't come for NAB and he just proposed me to come to his studio in Oregon. So I took the chance to visit his studio because I was in the US anyway and I wouldn't be in the US every day, so it was such a great opportunity. So I went there, and what was cool is that Casey, Dan, and Sam really welcomed me, and I am so grateful of their hospitality. And also, they made me experience the real American experience. I had chicken on waffles. For me, for my French brain, it was you take two things that are not supposed to go together and you just combine them. Oh my god, would it be good? Because you are putting a fried chicken on a waffle. And I've been mind blown. Really, like it was surprisingly good. So thank you, Dan, for cooking this chicken on waffle. Also, they made me try the biscuit and gravy. If you want to see my reaction for the biscuit and gravy, I put you the video in the notification. And also they made me experience the American barbecue here.
Welcome to America.
And this was amazing. I really, really loved it. So thank you guys for this welcoming and this hospitality. And then also I've been passing by Los Angeles because I wanted to meet some of the colorists in Hollywood. So you could see in my YouTube post community, I posted some photos. I met with Jason Bodak, who is the founder of Pixel Tools, and we had such a great conversation together because I love his tools and I wanted to just say it in front of him. That was such a pleasure to meet with him. After I saw Kellen Kelly, and Kellen is my mentor. So I've been coached by Kellen for a few years. I also wanted to meet him in person and just telling him thank you for all the value you gave me. So that was super great, and more surreal stuff happened. This trip in the US was really like a fever dream because what I'm going to tell you after feels like I was just daydreaming the whole time. So I've met with Lynette Duensing, and Lynette is a senior colorist at Instinctual LLC, and I really admire her work because her work is color grading teasers from Hollywood movies. I find that is such a difficult work because she will always need to match the color grading of the colorist that was on the project. And I think she's a war machine because she can match any style possible. So if you see a teaser on YouTube for a new movie, most likely it has been graded by Lynette. Also, I met with Mark Todd Osborne, and MTO is the colorist that is behind It Follows. So it's really cool to meet and to exchange on the industry, but also on how we are doing our grading and how process. He gave me a tour of his suite, so I was living like in a dream. Really, that was what was happening in my head. I can't even fathom what is happening in front of my eyes. Something that I think I will remember all my life. I've met our dearest Walter Volpato. So if you don't know Walter is the colorist behind Interstellar, behind Star Wars, behind Green Book. He has so many movies that he has done, and I was so honored to just sit next to him and talk with him. And in my mind, that was literally the scene in Wayne's World that
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
So it was such a great meeting. We were exchanging on color grading, exchanging on DaVinci Resolve and our process. I feel it was such a out of body experience. And what's gonna hit right after this is even more out of body experience, because I also met with Michael Hatzer. And Michael Hatzer, if you don't know him, is the colorist behind Ready Player One, West Side Story, Trap. I just found that for him to take just a bit from his day to sit with me, I learned so much in just a conversation of 2 hours. And I am so grateful of what is happening to me. So yeah, this Hollywood trip was so surreal. And these colorists that I met are such mastodon in this industry, but they were so humble and they were so inspiring that I came back here and I was like, I am so inspired to modify my workflow, modify my grading, because I know that there are so many things that actually I don't know, and it's so exciting. So to finish the video, I was walking in Santa Monica and I was just looking at my surrounding and realizing how lucky I was. And I just remember the young Chloe that was in this little village in France and that was just destined for a 9 to 5 in a corporate job and just having maybe hobbies outside of her work because she couldn't have an artistic career because it's too scary and it's too risky. And I just find that I am so happy I took the risk to become a colorist. I took the risk to learn by myself. I realized how blessed I am. And I've met so many great people. I've met some content creators that I admire. I'm now friends with some content creators that I admire. And I also met colorists that I admire since the beginning of my career. I think that this has been possible because of you guys, because you were always behind to support me, because you were here to push me to be creative. You were here to push me to deepen my knowledge in color grading and in color science. You were here to push me to be someone that builds. So I am so grateful that you are here, guys, and that you are following the channel and that you are following what I do also. Thank you guys for being awesome. I'm going to try to be less emotional and finish the video, but thank you again. Subscribe to the channel if you want to join such an amazing community. Thank you so much, guys. I see you next time, guys. See you.